Alright, hello everybody, welcome to VR Master League Channel 3. I'm Pally, of the Door variety. And I've even got the face cams going on. Why not? Just because we're on Channel 3 doesn't mean you can't get some of the Channel 1 goodness. I know you don't have the channel point rewards today, or the prediction polls, so I'll just give you me instead. Hopefully that's good enough. Yeah, we got all three channels rolling tonight. This evening we got Dimwee on Channel 2, we've got Dano and Wazda on Channel 1. We got a lot of stuff, clearly. Yeah, we got, in this channel, back-to-back Rush matches. We have, obviously, facing off against Anarchy here, and then we have Ignite facing off against Rush right after this one. Furthermore, we will also have, let's see, Team Kaido versus Saturn. Saturn will be getting their first stream there in the Silver Division, right on the edge of Gold against the Gold Team Kaido, and that's going to be coming up in about an hour and a half. So you got some stuff. And you got me. And you got Anarchy. You got Rush. So we'll be starting this one quite shortly. Welcome to Cosmic in there, as well as Average Toast and anyone else. I will give a more than average toast to that. Cheers. You see, it doesn't count as I didn't show the whole logo, so we're fine. Not that it really matters too much. Hanavelli in the chat also now. Informing us of the in-game situation. Rip Red had to go Rip Yellow, I guess. That's okay. That's okay. We'll be quite alright. Never you mind. Although, it looks like I got my camera angles reset. That's inconvenient. But that's alright. Let me see. Maybe I can fix that quick. Maybe. And again, maybe not. But yeah, so just waiting on the re-readies up. But like I said, we're following Rush back-to-back in these matches, so not too big of a deal. They can't be... I mean, they can be late for the next match, but I can't be late for the next match, is the main point. So, I'm okay. Don't you worry. Alright, let me try and figure this out. Camera angles, that is. They do, because you can set custom camera angles. And by the way, for those who don't know and are curious, because I actually got this question in DMs the other day. As we do get the, never mind, we got the first round starting. But for those wondering, you can set custom level cams using Control L when you're in spectate mode. It's not actually, as far as I know, a documented feature. So people are kind of curious how that works. Well, that's how it works. That said, we're getting to work here with the first round right into the books, so let's get it going. And average toast there. Yeah, do what you gotta do. All the channels filled up here, though, and trying to fill up the goal for that first shot. Unable to get that was Ryruff, but a rebound there from Hanavelli as well. All in the same general zone, but a ding! That is generally not going to be a fun feeling, but Lufu's still the recovery. Hanavelli over at the shoulder. Backs that up a little bit before trying to find a pass. Has all the teammates here in the bubble, instead getting stunned, but Lufu there, the recovery, tapping off the nest into the disc. So Lufu now walking it up the floor. Has some options at the nest. Hey, quick juke, and then the pass into a ding, but recovery again to Ryruff, but now a save coming out. Nicely there, Salty and Tantrum in the goal, and Salty Raccoon able to get to the clear, so they had a lot of close quarters brawls and shot attempts, but none of them going quite there for Anarchy, so instead, off the backboard, a shot attempt first from Rush, but couldn't get that goal just the same. A rebound still to be had here, Salty Raccoon into the bubble, and Rip Red now recovers, clears. And now another take back by Ryruff. Has a couple teammates down at the blue side of the field. Will be Lufu with the disc. Lufu now looking behind, looking in front, and trying to get their first couple points. A little bit of misconnect on, well, both the internet and the goal. So rebound there to Bart Star, but a take back from Rip Red. Pretty good interception there at the midfield. So to Hana at the bow tie. And Hana just surveying the situation, has that great bounce look. Couldn't quite reach Rip Red, but it was still a nice attempt. You gotta love those bounce passes. And that was a much more direct pass over to Ripred. But the results, not what they wanted. So stun, now clear. Bartstar has the lane. Bartstar checking behind and seeing he has a little bit of time. The defense recovering, passing off to the barrier, but Ryruff, the great stun on the receiver, the would-be receiver. So is able to get that back now for Anarchy, at least for a moment as it gets cleared deep into the blue. 3 players all for Anarchy in a pile, and Bartstar there with a smile says, "That's mine. Please and thank you." And Salty Raccoon down the lane. So finding that wise pass to Tantrum, and Tantrum gets the first 2 points for Rush. Now that was basically a quarter of a second away, not too long from being maybe a potential save. The defense was in the goal but had just turned around, so not quite enough time to accommodate a save. And with that, Rush does just that on the QB, so the QB rushed, sacked, and into the sack. Bartstar takes it back for another couple points for Rush. Now be careful about those kind of plays. Oop, and I'm just realizing there on the overlays, we got the, like the channel 1 chat, I think, coming on through, so perhaps I should switch that up, huh? Average Toast in there saying, can tell this is going to be a good match. Yeah, definitely anticipate that and hope for that, of course. So, you know, on channel 3, because we've had all 3 channels running here tonight, throughout the night. And with that, I mean, I know this match was quite hyped. Had some nice votes behind it, I believe 20 or so hype votes, so hey, I happen to be here, and so are these teams as Hanavelli is in the clear for their first 2 points, getting into the green. And they are now cut half into the lead. That grammar was poor, but don't you mind. But yeah, saw these matches here. I mean, of course, Diamond Division matches. Always plenty of intrigue and implications in the Diamond. So happy to be able to cast these. Got a lot of Diamond matches and such here tonight across all 3 channels. Got a take back here. Hanavelli, though, being stunned. Salty Raccoon. There's a clear, actually a pass maybe attempted towards Bartstar, but stunned by Lufu. Now Lufu actually loses the disc. So unfortunate, but Hanavelli recovers. Defense is trying to get back now into the blue zone, and actually Bartstar just knocks it away. Meanwhile, a bunch of punches and brawls being knocked to and fro, and another one will go there. Bartstar stunning out Ripred before a slapper off to Lufu. Lufu now, for Rush, has the disc, sends it to the boot, and reaches Ryruff. Ryruff just quickly readjusting off that barrier before finding a stun from the defense, so taken back by Bartstar with a clear. Alright, so Lufu now taking the disc back. Got 1 in goal and 2 or 3 defenders right on the outer edges of the bubble. A bit of a Joker train, but the triple ding! That is most interesting, not if you're for Anarchy, but that has to be a first. Wow. Tough miss on that one, but Anarchy will still get it back. But yeah, Anarchy not been all too lucky here with some of these narrow dings. That one just more directly into the goal, so they will tie it at 4 apiece. But wow, still reeling a bit from the triple ding Joker trade. How often do you see something like that happen? Quite unusual. But 4 points for each of these teams, and 4 minutes left in this first round at that. So back on to it. Now I have to be careful here. Don't want to have any kinds of costly turnovers. For either team, certainly. Lower scoring pace to this first round, and with that means every single turnover and every single goal in particular will be all the more important in the context of who comes away with this first round. So Tantrum now slinging it left lane, calmly over to the pack. There's Salty Raccoon with a disc, sending it to Tantrum. Tantrum taking it right back. Ryruff trying to dive, and a successful dive at that, so great defense from Anarchy cause this turnover and get the clear. Now a 1-on-1 contest turning into a 2-on-1, perhaps. No, 2-on-2 inside the goal, but another dive, but taking it is Ripred off that backboard. Gets him the 2-point advantage. So Anarchy with a 6-0 run in the last few minutes of play here. You know, Rush had those first couple goals after A slower start to that round, about 3 minutes before I think we got our first score. Then Rush scored again rather quickly after that. But then Anarchy, clapping back. So Snowy Fox with the disc there, being contested by Rip Red. Rip Red trying to do the same to Raccoon there, but a good shield from Raccoon. Little bit of a ender move before Ryruff retains. And now with this, they could have 8 straight points. Now for Anarchy, if they play this one well. Now that pass was just about there, but gets it to Ryruff. Ryruff has Rip Red cutting, but you see Snowy Fox is doing a good job on the defense to deny that, so. Now some very crucial defense being played from Rush before Lufu gets a clear. Up top to Snowy Fox. Snowy Fox backing it out to the tunnel, back to Bartstar, that is. Not backing out so much as just sending it out, but Ryruff now a take back. Less than 2 minutes left. 2-point advantage for Anarchy. And some absolute rudeness in the chat of calling Hunna smelly. Well, there's Hunna Valley going right down the Hunna Alley, and they're up by 4 points. Just might be enough to push them into the win in round 1. Based off that. Let's see. I mean, still plenty of time, obviously, but again, the pace here has been slower for most of the match until the last couple minutes, and now it's an 8-0 run for Anarchy, so Rush has been capped off here to 0 points in the last several minutes of action, so that could be damaging, but that is even more so. Taking a advantage is Rush, which is to say the open 3. They're still down by a point, but that could be very devastating for Anarchy, depending here. As usual, you know, last couple minutes of action, if you're up by 3 points or more, those you don't want to give up those 3-pointers, right? Because now with a return return goal for Rush, they could actually pull ahead. Whereas if you'd been forced into two pointers, that still would have been great news for them. But instead, it's bad news for Anarchy and great news for Rush. And breaking news, it's Rush in the lead by 2 in the last minute of action. Back-to-back 3-pointers. That's a crazy turnaround. Anarchy, again, they put an 8-0 run. But I say this a lot in those last couple of minutes, when you give up those 3-point plays, especially when you have a lead, that can be super damaging towards a team. We kind of see that play out for Anarchy, so they're going to have to score, and they will! They absolutely will! An average toast, you called it! You called it. Crazy pace to this match. And yet, the pace has put us on to 10 points apiece and an overtime coming up. How about that? Very unusual round. Exciting round, but unusual. Because again, the first couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, no points. But then we got 4 straight points quickly from Rush. Then we got 8 straight points for Anarchy. Then we got 6 straight points for Rush. So, trying to bob and weave my way through all this math, what it adds up to is a supremely entertaining first round and crazy finish to this in overtime. So let's see, the joust here gonna be taken eventually by Ryruff. They've got the angles, they got 2 back for Rush on defense, ducking through and converting. It's Ryruff, leaving them hurting. Anarchy does sweatily pull away in the end of overtime. Now that could have really hurt. So credit to Anarchy. They were able to come back there despite being scored on back-to-back 3s. They still got just enough juice left in that tank to win this first round. Exciting, though, for sure. And nice duck as well. Little duck move, and that was the end of that. Alright, so yeah, that was obviously quite the round. Unusual. It started out so slow, and yet it sped up so very much towards the end there, as we saw. Yeah, that is kind of... I guess I should have expected it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I should have. Anarchy always does live up to their name. They give you some chaotic gameplay. You know, very frenetic, very exciting, very high scoring usually, so... By the end of it, we did get a higher scoring round after all. Go figure. But with that, yeah, round 2 coming up right about now. So let's get to it. Let's see if Rush, who were starting to build some strong momentum there towards the end, they can just come back and not be discouraged by the fact that you know, Anarchy was able to squeeze out that first round win. I mean, Rush looking really good there as well. So as long as they don't let that affect them mentally, emotionally, they'll be good, I feel. Ryruff here, though, they're very good and feeling very spinny. Is Lufu going for the twirls? And why not? Anarchy up on the board first.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And Shade in there also complimenting Anarchy. And yeah, Average Toast, exactly, living up to their name. Funny how that works, for sure. Rip Red there, ripping right out the hands of the launchers and launching a 3 is Ryruff. So Ryruff now starting to put on some heat, feeling good off that winner in overtime, and feeling good now for their 5th point to start off round 2.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So this team in Rush, you know, 15-4 on the season. I mean, they've been stellar for sure. Definitely excited to get them back on stream. You know, Anarchy, we've been able to get a good handful of their streams here. I mean, they're 12-4, so same amount of losses, just a few less wins. But that's a good win for Salty Raccoon there. Has a couple of defenders in the bubble, didn't really matter. Managed to squeeze it past and get their first 2 points in this round, minute and a half in. But yeah, Anarchy, they joined a couple weeks into the season, or formed, I guess, a couple weeks into the season, and they've been equally as dominant with that record. Just about, anyway. I mean, again, 12-4, but Rush, I've been a little while since I've been able to stream them, unfortunately, so glad to get them here today. And they're making the plays, and that one was gorgeous. Puts them within 1. Very intriguing match here, because it's not a lot of back and forths in terms of the individual scores, right? It's kind of, it's back and forth runs. Each team scoring multiple goals in a row, and then the other team responding with multiple goals in a row. That's what we've seen in both of these rounds now. Completely. So, interested to see if that continues. But here goes, Ryruff now taking it, has Rip Red cutting, but again, some great coverage. I love this defense there from Rush. That was nice from Snowy Fox, dishing out some brawls. And again, there's Bartstar this time with some brawls. Rip Red, though, taking it back in a very smart reset to Lufu over at the Bowtie the Nest. But another dive from Bartstar. That Rush defense is looking dirty. And now that shot, almost immense, down the field. The apprehension definitely going to be in the air if you're Anarchy. Worried about that shot going in. So as some more brawls continue all the way down the field, turning into a one-on-one at the goal where Tantrum does clear it out there, passing it. And right back to Bartstar, kind of a self-pass. Why not? But Lufu taking it back. All right, so now to Ryruff. Over for Anarchy on their side of the field. Ryruff needing to be careful of that stack. Rush back and forth. You see they're doing very nicely not to lose connection on all those brawls. And they do actually knock the disc loose. So Bartstar taking it away, losing it out though, and will be a Rip Red back to Lufu. So now Lufu working their way up down the floor. You see Ryruff and Rip Red now putting together a stack. Looking for a pass attempt, but a bit too strong. So now Hunavelli with a disc for a moment anyway, before Snowy bothers, and take back by Lufu. Lufu deep down the field, looking for that mail slot, not online. But Hunavelli's here with a disc, sending it over to Ryruff. Ryruff now trying to shield Snowy Fox on the dives. Has as well Salty Raccoon, though, on the dive for the defense, which again starting to pay dividends perhaps, seeing if they can score here. They've got the 3, tough angle, doesn't matter. Bartstar has all the angles. He is a star after all, so got all the points. And in fact, they've got 7 of them, which is to say, for Bartstar, a star, they only have, stars only have 5 points, but you know, I don't know, there was way too much wordplay to pick out of that sentence, so it got a little bit confusing. But, you know, stars, points, angles. Point is, we're back here to a 2-point advantage for Rush. Looking to force that 3rd round. Bartstar there looking to go right around and to town with a dunk. Lufu had the steal, the save rather, but Bartstar was very well aware and managed to get the immediate grab back. So nice defense, great defense from Anarchy and Lufu. But hey, Bart Star just had the quick reflexes on the regrab.
4, 3.
Bart Star fan club, yeah. Terposaurus there in the chat.
Teams have cleared the launchers.
All right, so rough. Average Toast will be there. Is this a thing? Is there a Bart Star fan club? And how can you join? Right now, though, Hunavelli, definitely a fan club of Hunavelli's, getting the first or the next 2 points after the scoring burst again by Rush. Like I said, it's been that kind of run for run flow to this game. Of course, shout out Hunavelli. Been casting several matches throughout this last week, getting those casts in for the first time this season, doing a great job. So yeah, good to have Hana back in the players side of things, but also happy to have him in the casting booth. Meanwhile, Bart Star, they're casting out another attempted bounce play, 3-point attempt, but stack does arrive for Anarchy. So 4 minutes left, Anarchy down by 2, but they could make that difference up right away, and they absolutely do. They absolutely foo. It's Lufu, 4-2, and they tie it up 9-9. 4 minutes left in this round.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Now, if I sometimes Goldfish memory serves, in round 1, that was where you were as well. Well, which is to say, tied up with 4 minutes left. I think it was what, 4-4 with 4 minutes. With that, though, a handoff play trying to hit Bart Star was Tantrum. Salty Raccoon rebounding. Bart Star, another attempt, but dings off the pole. And will be back to the midfield. Bart Star recovers and tries a shield, but loses it to Hunavelli. So there's Hunavelli deep down the floor, trying for a mail slot as well. Ryruff is going to be there for a rebound, maybe overshoots a little bit, but now will be shooting and looking for another ding, this time going for Anarchy. So Rush with a ding, Anarchy with a ding, and 9 points all locked up. So Rip Rat trying to play this a little bit slowly. Ryruff now getting it stolen by Bart Star. Average Toast, anything happen? Besides a tie? Yeah, just that. I mean, back and forth gameplay here. Tantrum, though, being stunned. So going forth for a clear down the left lane will be Bart Star there with a recovery, perhaps, as well as Salty Raccoon. So 2 players each for each team here in the bubble. See where they go with this one. Turning into a dangerous situation, actually up high. But missing that could have been a big goal to put themselves up by 3 points with 2 minutes left, a little bit over that. Both these teams really fighting hard. And just looking to convert on some of these shots, because for both of these teams had a couple of these misses now. But as we know, here in clutch time, the blood is pumping, the adrenaline is flowing all the more. So it's really going to be all about that late game execution, of course. Now, of course, for Rush, executed very well towards the end of round 1, but then Anarchy able to make that late turnaround, force that overtime and get the win at the end of it. And for Anarchy, seeing if they can avoid another overtime, just close it out. Rush here, though, with the possession. Wanting that round 3 to be a reality. A reality 3, even. So, possession, though, lost. It looks like Hunavelli with a disc, and immediately Anarchy's on that stack, so nice recovery there. Ryruff, that would be a big hit! Oh, another ding, though! So both teams now just being at the negative end of these shot attempts. 2 misses in a row for Anarchy, 2 misses in a row for Rush. 1 minute left in gameplay, and it's gonna really come right down to the wire again. Not a surprise, though, because these teams are, as I said, both only 4 losses on the season so far. 12 wins for Anarchy, 15 wins for Rush. So immense and intense! Wow, great save from Ryruff! 50 seconds remaining in this round. So on the other end of things, the defense now converging. It's Tantrum with a nice, at least, delay on Hunavelli to enable the defense to recover a bit. Going for that Joker train, but train derailed. And now sending it through, maybe some snail mail through the mail slot. It's going to be taken right back, though, by Bart Star. Bart Star eyeing down the bow tie pass, going to Salty Raccoon. Now, Salty to Tantrum. Tantrum rolling it down, crossing it over, and making the goal. Snowy Fox puts Rush up by 2, And looking for that third round, indeed. Wow. Great round, great game so far.
7, 6.
And that will, yeah, as you see, that will do it for round 2.
This round is over. Blue has it this time.
All right, so yeah, what a game so far. How about this one? Apologies, my casting's a little bit in and out. I haven't done it all week and I kind of feel it. So with that though, I'm feeling this match. Look at this. I mean, 12 to 10 overtime win in round 1, 11 to 9 basically last second win, right? Because there was no time left after the score was made. So last seconds goal from Rush in round 2. I mean, both teams have had these clutch plays, and really, when it came down to that wire, Rush able to, at least for now, stave off a defeat and guarantee this third round. Yeah, well done to them. But as you see, everyone getting on the scoreboard, you know, everyone with points, everyone with assists, everyone with saves. I really like that. I really like that a lot. Going to the third round now. Let's do it.
9, 8, 7, 6.
But yeah, I mean, that's always a favorite thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's really cool to see hot hands pop off and such from time to time, and have these, you know, big scoring games. But just on a match-to-match basis, what you love to see is everyone doing everything stat-wise. You know, everyone rotating and just doing whatever they need on a given time. That's how dynamic and diverse these teams are. And now going for a train of their own. Ooh, with a tornado kind of finish. Now that one was something. We've seen 3 Joker trains in this game. That one's gonna be the one that brings the pain.
8, 7, 6.
God, hurt my shoulder just looking at that. But with that Rush, now with some momentum in their favor, Anarchy definitely has to be careful here. You know, not give up too many goals to Rush, not give them too much of a good start to this third round, because as we know, that momentum keeps building. It's so difficult, especially in these, you know, late game situations. It's very difficult to make these comebacks. You don't want to be in that position if you can help it. So Anarchy trying to respond, but loses the disc. Actually, nope, gets it right back. Losing it off the Geo there was Rush, but another take back by Tantrum. So just jostling for position and possession. Both teams here in the blue zone. Now another stun coming out. Now they've definitely been on top of that for Rush, right? Just every time it goes into the bubble, we're seeing a lot of these dives and not wasting too much time. Looking pretty good on the defense. You know, very decisive about where they're going. Anarchy trying to do the same here. Decisive with their passes, a little bit too strong. I think that's the only thing that's been damaging them, really, is, you know, on some of these very strong passes and such from time to time. And a few of those, you know, misses close to the goal, but granted, we've seen that from Rush as well. You know, both teams, as I said, they're feeling the heat of this match. You know, the execution is always going to be not a matter of which team is perfect, because that's never going to be the case. It's just which team makes less mistakes, you know, is able to execute a little bit more. Anarchy was able to do that in the first round. Rush was able to do that in the second round. Third round so far, well, that's some great execution indeed, executing that shot attempt. So great save. And again, you know, we're seeing that defense play out, and now a headbutt from Hana Valley. That's gonna get to Rip Red, and man, that would have been a highlight for the week, for the month, for sure, had that worked out. Headbutt pass into the 3, but did not work out. Now a deep fling that's gonna send into the back wall. Everyone diving out of the goal, so this could be dangerous. Anarchy has it go wide open, but luckily they will retain.
Orange throws it way downfield. Interception.
Now another heave. Up to the bubble, taken back by Bartstar. Bartstar passing it off and gets it to Salty Raccoon. Now I thought that that pass actually almost looked a little strong, but credit to Salty, was able to just reach and get that. I can see it here. Just at the edge of the reach, so maybe not too strong, but you know, right where it needed to be. And a little bit of a slow launch. Uh-oh, that is gonna be bad news, Bears, and Bart Starr taking great care to gently lay it in for 6 points. I'm not sure what happened there to Anarchy on that launch in particular. They all came out kind of in slow-mo. But still yet, they're only down by 6, and I do say only because we saw it in the last couple rounds, right? Both of these teams, they scored multiple goals in a row against each other. It wasn't really, you know, they weren't trading 1 goal for 1 goal. They were trading more like 2 or 3 goals for 2 or 3 goals at a time. So, you know, with that in mind, I mean, Anarchy's fine in the context of this match, at least based on how it's been going. There it is, a turnover from Rip Red. Great grab, great grab. Now back to the blue zone. This could be their chance now. Struggling to get it a little bit, so may have been, you know, without the overshoot, might have even had a 3 opportunity, but they're gonna be glad to take the 2, no problem. Anarchy gets their first goal of the 3rd round.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And yeah, what's up, Crazy Kit? Catastrophe. See, you changed your name to Match Now on Twitch. Yeah, but welcome. Prime, also in the chat, and Average Toast still there. Getting a stun though, Bart Starr, with a stun I should say. A tantrum, rebounding, sending. Oh, what a pass. Great recognition, just to find Bart Starr. You know, the little extra as he was coming out of that stun, and quite nice, quite nice. Look at that. Right as Bart was coming out of it, and got the grab, got the higher percentage goal. I mean, by all accounts, didn't have to pass it, but because they did, they just got something even higher percentage. You know, make that goalie have to adjust, readjust, and so on. So, Rip Red here with a disc now. They're up by 6 for Rush, that is, and Anarchy now trying to get back on the defense. Hopefully for them, they can, because otherwise, 11-2 for Salty Raccoon. And for Rush. And otherwise, as I was saying, for the first time in this match, we are seeing some legitimate separation. You know, in the past, again, it was a lot of consecutive goals for both teams, but not to this degree. Not to this degree. 9 points advantage, that is the most either team has led in this match so far. Prior to that, I think 6 points was the highest advantage. So definitely a rough turnaround there. But, you know, for Rush, they're really, if nothing else, since winning that 2nd round, kind of putting the pedal to the metal. You know, they weren't content with just winning the round. They really came out with the same type of fire, if not even more fire, in round 3. So we'll see how that pans out for these teams here. And I think for Anarchy, just trying to settle down. The thing is, 9 points in 4 minutes. I mean, it's not easy, but it's doable. Heck, it happened in round 1. Again, Anarchy in round 1, they went on that 8-0 run, and I believe that did happen with roughly 4 or 5 minutes left in round 1. So it's not unheard of, even in the context of this same match. It happened earlier on. The problem is, of course, just the flow, the rhythm to the game, because right now, Anarchy, this round, a little bit off that rhythm. So hoping for them, you know, take this time out and they can find their groove again. But for Rush, they keep doing what they've been doing. I mean, they're going to be looking at their 16th win. You know, both these teams only 4 losses on the season. But yeah, just immensely strong effort. Yeah, for Rush here, they've won 7 of their last 8 matches. 7 of their last 8. They won versus High Voltage recently, and then Hive Mind, they lost to Hive Mind in a close game. You know, 27-34 scoring totals between those rounds. So that was their 1 loss. Otherwise, before that, they had won 6 in a row. You know, versus the likes of Kraken, Barrage, Inverted, Blitz. I mean, you're talking again, some, just legit players in this league, legit teams here in the high divisions of VR Master League. So as far as Anarchy, for some reason, actually, it's not showing me my stat history like it normally does. So that's odd. Guess I can pull it up the old-fashioned way while we await the return into the match here and such. So one sec, let me see. All right, anyway, almost got it. There we go. So, okay, yeah, so I mean, before this, Anarchy, they've been also on a roll. Quite a roll, I should mention, actually. So, again, I couldn't, I would have mentioned this earlier. My stats weren't appearing as they normally do, but now that I got them, let me count. Let me do a quick maths. All right, geez. So they've won 11 in a row prior to this. Wow. All right, well, timeout is off. One of those matches, it looks like, were a potential DQ or, it wasn't played, it looks like. But other than that, I mean, unless my eyes are deceiving me. Oh, no, okay, my eyes were deceiving me. I was looking at the... Never you mind. They won 4 in a row. And before that, had a few losses in a row. And then won a few... Okay, so never mind. Quick maths failed me. Because I was just reading it left to right instead of... But still, both these teams, again, you had... one winning 6 in a row, one winning 4 in a row, both with only 4 losses. I mean... A testament to these teams, why they're here in the Diamond Division. I was saying this, when Anarchy came into it. Back in, what, week 2 or 3 when they joined as a roster. And seeing what they were doing, I was thinking, this is gonna be a team. They're gonna be a threat in the Challenger Cups at some point. Maybe not in, Cycle 1, Cycle 1 because of the timing, but like Cycle 2, 3, absolutely. And we can see it here. We can see it here. So, with that though, again mentioning Rush, they have been in a tremendous rhythm this last month and a half even. Right now though, trying to cut that lead a bit is Hanavelli for Anarchy, so gets their second goal. Not too much of an issue there. 4 points, so they're back within 9, but the problem is now, compared to where we ended off, with a timeout. Back then I said, hey, they can make up 9 points in 4 minutes. Now they gotta make up 9 points in only 2.5 minutes, so it's still gonna be tough. And really Rush, if they can maintain control here, as a nice kind of dribble rollout goes. Do mishandle it slightly there towards the end, but still on the whole, great control, great control. Now taking back control is Ripred, but right back it's Bartstar. So with that, back into the trench. Tantrum here with the disc, 2 minutes remaining. As I said, they don't even have to score at this point. They can just sit here, and they will, baiting out the defense if they can. Thing is, I wouldn't even do that. Like, I wouldn't even be dribbling the disc on the wall, because then you're making it very clear what you're doing, right? In a sense. Whereas if you... Whoa, jeez. What a fling. Rip Red, though. They're going to get the 3. So, hey, very big shots to still have them perhaps within reach. As much of a far reach as it is. That's a big 3. I was gonna say, I know, and a lot of people do that. My team did that because we were very, very known for the stall game. Taking the disc and when you stall and just, wanting to get cheeky and then kind of bounce the disc around in the Geo, which is fine. I mean, whatever, but at the same time, if you look at it kind of practically speaking, you're almost setting off an alarm in the enemy's head, like, oh, they're stalling, we should go defend that. Whereas if you actually just don't do that, then you might make the enemy waste a few extra seconds before they recognize. So I'm just saying, something to point out. But up here, though, it's Bartstar up top to Snowy Fox. Snowy with a great pass and the finish. Bartstar from Snowy. That was just, again, immensely organized passing play amongst a lot of pretty tough defense. So, great work, Bartstar there, and Rush up 15-7. Want to make me hydrate? Oh, believe me, I need it. Week's been good, by the way. Thanks for asking. And just, whoa. What? Was I blind, or was that just the fastest boosted player I've ever seen in my life? Anyway, been good. Haven't really casted too much because of reasons, but can definitely kind of feel it in my voice after only one game. Clearly, my voice muscles are now lost. They have atrophied, but you know what? Hand rush the trophy because they're about to take this in round 3 with maybe one more train, and they nail it. And they rail it, and they're up by 17 to 7, and third round is in the books. Rush, huge momentum, and the thing is, they can carry this because they're facing off against Ignite immediately after this match. Back-to-back Rush games. So they're definitely feeling good, feeling strong, and with their 16th win now in the books, we'll see how they do against a supremely tough test, no doubt, against Ignite as well, coming up next. You know, 2 tough teams for Rush tonight. And Porker earlier on asking what was the music, like, specifically, like what the title is, not sure. But provided by Fixed Gaming, I can say that much. It's all our timeout music and our pre-stream music, so yeah. Alright, so, like I said, we're obviously going to stick around here with Rush and follow them to their match versus Ignite. Pull up those stats for you, though, real quick. 17 points, strongly for Bartstar. 2 assists, 4 saves, 4 steals, 50 stuns. Definitely MVP caliber stat line there for Bart. Salty Raccoon, 10 and 5 in points and assists, 45 stuns. Had Snowy Fox with 9 and 3, and then 51 stuns. And then for Tantrum, 2 points, 2 assists, 1 save, and 19 stuns. But man, didn't realize the stun totals there. Just of Rush. I mean, they have 3 players near that 50 mark. Wow. Not to mention, though, again, all the other stats. But for Anarchy's side, Lufu there was 6 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 10 stuns. He had Rip Red with 5 and 3 in points and assists, and then the 40 stuns. For Ryruff, 7 and 6 and 6 as well. So assist and save 6 apiece, and that's a couple of big numbers for sure. So defense and facilitating offense. Then 42 stuns to facilitate some brawls. Hanavelli with 10 points to lead Anarchy there with 1 assist, save, and steal. Then 35 stuns. But alright, so as we do await. Actually, I got a link to the new server, apparently, so we'll just join that here in a second. Quick intermission, I'll be back, of course. So do stay tuned with Rush versus Ignite coming up next.
Meters a second that trickled in at. Steel Skydiver, dear side tube to Caesar. Caesar going back to Steel.
Sends it back the other way.
Every time I'm so damn lost to what I loved and what I lost, but let's get lost in love tonight.
Caesar up with Saluna. Saluna walking it in. Saluna. Oh, going up the moon face. I can tell you right now, if I was that goalie, I would have been sure that was going to be a shot. Ooh, a ceiling shot, excuse me, cloud shot there from Original. Not expecting that, and Paper is going to go up 16 to 10.
In possession of it, and Caster's cursed that one. But yeah, Quackheads seem to have a lot more control over this game, nevertheless, as this clear goes straight into the hands of Black. Oh, no way! Tarsis with the 56-meter mail slot.
So just remember, once again, Venom picking it up, Venom sending it out, and a whole bunch of chains and leeches and players and boosts. Silva's gonna get there first, takes a shot. Are you kidding me?
Swear we never say goodbye. Fall asleep to lullabies or something that I thought I'd never find. And what is right and what is wrong, and all I ever saw was love. But let's get lost in love tonight. Hear a second voice inside my head, it's telling me to stay the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be forever.
Chain's gonna get a whole bunch of stuns going out the back. The Sugar Puff has an empty. Go off the pedigree bow! Unreal! I don't care if it's luck or skill. That was clutch, is what it was. Oh, Laxi with a beautiful tap pass there to Yakao. Yakao goes down to Repo. Repo over the pie. And there go the planets.
In the front, and as I say that, he does just that. Allows his team to get set up in the front. Gets a nice pass up, and here comes the attack from Rebrand, floating into the zone. Coming in here from Blanket. Suddenly they're playing quick. The passes come back and forth, and they're setting up inside the zone of Quackheads. Pass downrange to Paddish, and they play patty cake between each other here in the bottom of the zone, trying to avoid the boss's stun. There's a good cross, and it's gonna be sunk in by Jade for Jack for 2.
Post right on the bottom. That was so close. Another attempt for Ryruff and a big grab. Chewy stack. That is immensely clutch. And we've seen some clutch plays here tonight. So now on the recovery, BG over to Chewy perhaps. No rebounded from Slads, and the game overtime was had. Wow.
Done it himself. Just gets the pass off to Steel Skydiver, looking for the cross pass to Caesar. Caesar looking for another quick pass. No, it'll be stolen here from Strem and cleared out to the side and picked up by Zenith, and he'll finish off the clear. Great defensive play here from Kangarillas.
To the cloud. And the law bringing up the floor. So 1 minute in and scoreless. My brain isn't deceiving me. I think that's how we started the first. Oh, maybe that was the earlier game. I don't know. Time is a construct, and one that I do not have just as much as the math. Numbers, but recovers. See Jason with another great grab and doing that year to year, season to season. You know Jason. Gonna do that and do that very, very well inside the goal. That said, what a stack and the attack.
Easily picked up here by H-Money. H-Money going back to Zux, and Zux trying to forward this one up. He does find Citizen. Citizen with a good juke, and over to Elusive. Elusive maybe with a long shot, but no, instead finds Zux, and Zux takes a 3 and puts it in.
Well, the pass coming through will just be intercepted by Snow Blue. Now clear not coming through, will just bounce back in the hands of Snow Blue. Snow Blue looking for the clear, and it will make its way through. Grimy now going for a shot, a nice long shot, 3.
On the left, he passes left, and there is Supreme. Oh, but what a supreme save by Zux and a clear.
Yeah, cannot get it by that defensive wall of Zux this time. So showing again all the moves back to back, and there's another save. Suddenly, these teams can't make a thing.
Making its way forward, we'll send a quick pass down to Emil. Emil will look for the pass. We'll just duke out that first defender back with a stop. Maboop going for a long shot, and look at that placement.
All right, hello again. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being here. I'm here again in the flesh and bone. A lot of bones. What does that mean? Who knows? But yeah, we're chilling. We're vibing. I'm barely surviving. My voice, that is. Huh. I guess this is why I cast usually so much, because it just keeps the vocals all ready. You know? Now, I do one match and I'm already like, I'm struggling a little bit. What's up with that? Horrible. Terrible. No good. Very bad. But let's see. Switch the sides here. But what I'm excited about is the fact we got some Ignite. We got some Rush. We already had Rush last time, just minutes ago. Now we've got some more. So, a double dose of coffee for your morning rush. Or I guess evening, as a case. Maybe. Yeah. But getting this going here. So, for Rush, they just came off of a stellar win versus Anarchy. 3-rounder. We had an overtime in round 1. Round 2 was decided by a game winner. By Rush. A round winner. In the last few seconds. And in the 3rd round, much more just decisive performance from Rush, taking that match. I think something like 17-7 or something in that area. But I'm pretty sure that's wrong. But yeah, much more decisive 3rd round for them. And I mentioned, you know, having that kind of round to end it after what was, again, very tough and contested first 2 rounds. That put a lot of momentum in the shoes of these Russia players, so that could very well pay off into a surprising, I think, performance against Ignite. And I say that because obviously we know who Ignite is. We know who they are because they've been here, they've done that, they've climbed those ladders, they've been at Master Division, they've been on the cusp of it quite well, pretty much the whole season, I should say. Really, I mean, they were in the first Challengers Cup. Looking to make the second Challengers Cup here as well, coming up in another week. So, we know Ignite. For the side of Rush, now we know them from this season, but just not as much, you know. And I mentioned this in the last cast. I wanted to get Rush casted once I saw them there. They had some great hype votes as well, because obviously, you know, Rush making the Diamond Division. Furthermore, you know, they've won now, what, 3, 6, 7, 8 of their last 9 matches for Rush is the thing. And that includes wins against High Voltage. That includes a win against Anarchy just now. That includes, you know, wins against Kraken and Barrage. Their only loss in the last several weeks now was versus Hivemind about a week ago or so. And, you know, Hivemind, obviously, another team looking for, you know, that Master Glory, potentially. But that's the thing, even that match that they lost versus Hivemind, you know, only the scoring total 27-34. After I would assume that was a 3-rounder. So I mean, that match was close. So Rush here, yeah, they are by default going to be the underdogs just by the very nature of experience, you know, experience levels, I suppose, right? The thing is, as we always say, and as we always see in VRML lately, I mean, experience or no experience, or I guess whether you're a 3 or 4 year veteran or just a one year veteran or what have you, it doesn't matter as much anymore, it seems like. I mean, the new generation of Echo players, they're making some statements. And we're seeing a lot of that from Rush. So let's see how they play against the vets in Ignite. Well, Ignite's trying to delight the stream with a first save from Duel, but a slap back from Tantrum. So yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of Tantrum that is in for the 3. Sailing down the floor, and yeah, I mean, good start, to say the least. Of course, for Ignite, always got to give them their due and their credit and compliments because, well, they deserve it. Love those guys. I mean, aside of the fact that they make some awesome tools for the community, again, just great people in general. And with that, the floor general. Here, Franz, along with Duel on that passing play. And that roll up the floor, quite efficient indeed. Ties it up at 2 apiece, but yeah, for Ignite, I mean, 12-6 on the record here in Diamond Division this season. They've won 3 in a row. You know, prior to that, they lost a few in a row, but then prior to that, they also won 3 in a row. So I mean, on the whole, they've been definitely feeling pretty good in recent weeks. And as I said, this team is going to be the favorite until proven otherwise, and that applies to any of these teams in the Master Division or any teams who have been in the Master Division. Right? It's just when the newer blood comes in, you just gotta see what they can do, and if they surprise, well, hats off to them. I mean, this is a team who definitely, because I haven't been able to cast them in a fair while, unfortunately. So seeing what they've been doing in recent weeks on the records and against some really talented teams, I've been supremely curious to see what exactly Rush is going to do. Right now, it's going to be Ignite for the 2. However, Wolf, 23. Assisted there by Franz, and the little advantage. 2 minutes into the game. But yeah, Ignite's recent wins there against Rusty Robots and Foresight, as well as Paper. So as I said, these are teams at the very, very tip top. Talking a league with hundreds of teams. I mean, anyone who manages to make their way into the Diamond Division, this is the cream of the crop. So take a picture. It'll last longer. But over here to Tantrum. Not lasting too long there on the offense. He forced some stuns, but Franz in there with a haymaker. Saying, hey, what's up? Well, Ignite, they're up. But over here, it's taken there by Snowy Fox. Snowy Fox contesting with King and Duel. Meanwhile, Raccoon, gets a 3. Takes a 1-point lead. Salty Raccoon just before they could turn around and grab it. Great shot from Salty. That was sweet.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Break in the chat there.
5,
Why is what? 2-2?
3.
Oh, the score? How long ago was that? That was a while ago. I'm just missing your messages late. No, like I said, yeah, definitely don't count out Rush. They just came off a great win against Anarchy. Had some overtimes in there and whatnot. Went to 3 rounds. And as I said, they've won 8 of their last 9 matches for Rush. For Ignite here, again, they've won 3 in a row. So both teams feeling pretty good, but Rush is on more of a recent streak. And Ignite, though, I mean, they've been on a, 3-year streak. Going on 4 years soon. That said, it's light years, and they buzz that one in. Duel, 4-3. They're back up by 2 on Ignite. Even see some beep in the chat. YouTube, what's up? I don't have Dimwee's buzzer, so I gotta do that manually. But yeah, I got 1, 2, and 3. All 3 channels running here tonight. Which is pretty awesome indeed. But okay, Ignite, they're back up by 2. This has been a stellar start to this match in the first round. Some great dribbles up the floor, Salty Raccoon, and then splitting off to Snowy. Snowy, though, wasn't able to find the anchor, it looked like, so the pass a little off the mark, but otherwise that was a pretty nice roll up the floor. I like that efficiency on the dribble, and how quickly they broke off the chain to find, well, hold on, finding maybe a 3, and ding, and then it's King for the 2. They're back up now. Well, they continue to be up, this time by 4, so a little bit of separation there, but neither team able to pull away too much. So far, a little bit reminiscent of what I just saw with Rush versus Anarchy just in the last half hour, right? Where the first 2 rounds especially, they were very much close all the way, start to finish. Neither team pulling away by more than a couple goals. But yeah, so with that, there's that dribble again, going all the way down the floor. Franz there to try and bother. Snowy Fox up top to Salty. Salty also being bothered just a little bit, so has to be careful. Backs it out. Misses one pair of hands, but makes it to the other one. Tantrum now back up to the ceiling. Bartstar crossing it. Snowy Fox, 1 extra pass. And that was extra nice. Back within 2 points. Saw that a little bit from Rush last time and the last match as well. It's complimenting that and the fact that they were willing to make those extra passes and go for just the higher percentage shot. I mean, assuming that the pass converts successfully, it is a higher percentage shot, because absolutely the goalie there and anyone normally would think, okay, that initial crossover, that was going to be the shot attempt, but no, they went with the extra one, and it was. Like I said, enough to throw off the defender and get them that easier too. With that though, to Snowy Fox. Snowy Fox off the backboard, but being locked down by Duel. But locked and reloaded is Tantrum on the rebound. Up there, Snowy Fox being stunned. Franz being stunned. Off the side wall. Picking it up is Snowy. Snowy to Tantrum. Rush back on the offense to Bartstar. Maneuvering. Pass. Finish. Salty. 9-9 for Ignite and Rush here. We're deadlocked. With this back and forth, 3.5. Still to go. And what's up in there again to Rocket and Jake EA as well. Jake saying Franz has some insane bounce shots. Yeah, got the touch, the magic touch. Right there. Speaking of the man, trying to give it maybe a little dive into the goal, but just a wise one from Tantrum. You know, got to compliment that defense because recognizing the fact that, oh, hold on, maybe it's a 3, maybe that's a 3. No, it's a rebound though, and it will be Tantrum for the 2. I was gonna say though, nice job being able to recognize that too when you have the approaching, offensive player. You know, with a tough angle, really being able to time out the dives, right? Recognizing that, okay, my window is small, but if I dive this player right now at that particular angle, it's going to give me a good chance to either knock it loose or at the very least, it's going to be a tough make for that driver. So just kind of waited till the right moment and knocked it out. It's one of those subtle things that you know, great defenders will do, just knowing when they should dive and when they should just stick in the goal. You know, wait for their teammates or trust their teammates and such, or if they're confident in their one-on-one play directly inside the goal, same kind of thing. But it's all about that. So right now, up to Tantrum, and Tantrum from 7 meters puts them up 13-9. Wow. So stringing along some several goals now in the last couple minutes. Like I said, this is a team in Rush who just finished out a match literally right before this started against Anarchy. Scored 17 big points in that 3rd round. Now, I kind of mentioned towards the end of that they could use that for sure as some great ignition in their own right as they go up against Ignite next. Definitely feeling great off of that last win and looking maybe towards a 1st round win at the very least against Ignite here today. But Wolf trying to deny just that. A nice pass and the finish to BTS. BTS, he's the best. But right within 2 points. And it's within reach. As expected, this round has been quite exciting. And very, very close. Rush was starting to pull away, looking like us building some of that steam, but Ignite is not one to let off the pedal either. As I said, they are the favorites until proven otherwise, but Rush is definitely showing off for all the eyes. And look at that pass again, handing it off. Tantrum to Bartstar. They're back up by 4. As I said, if there's any time to finally get back on stream and, you know, for me, just personally, to finally be able to cast them again, the progression is clear. That was some great team play. That was solid. That was more than solid. So Ignite, they need a couple quick scores here to deny all of this. Again, this just strength that Rush has been able to build across not just this match, but the last hour. Franz with what a pass. Oh man, equaling if not even bettering what Rush was just able to do on the other end. Ignite comes back and does exactly the same. And that was even tougher. That was a tough throw through a defender and then the catch. Fantastic finish. The time is not great, but it's there. It's there. Quick joust, and almost in the area. So the chance was there, but instead it's Rush. They're gonna take it away in a round 1 narrow upset. So how about that? And again, you know, I'm talking about the whole underdog thing. I mean, not in any way to disrespect Rush so much as just, again, matches like these, proving grounds, plain and simple. You're talking about a team who is been on a rapid rise, you know, rank-wise, win-wise. I mean, they've been definitely, you know, performing at a high level. But when you're going up against, again, thing is, if you put on big win streaks like Rush has, all that means, I mean, aside from the fact that you're good, all that means is your matches are getting all the more tough every single week, right? So that's the thing. it is tough to put on these kind of win streaks and to sustain them. You know, off cast or on cast, and of course you add the cast to the mix, and sometimes that could even have an effect of its own. You know, depending. But I mean, like I said, they're providing so far. They're providing so far. You know, for Ignite here, taking a look at the rankings real quick. Thing is, Ignite has still one more match tomorrow as well. That will be pretty important. This one, just the same. Thing is, you know, going to the Challenger Cups in the next week or so, right? We have that coming up. Ignite is currently the 4th place Diamond team. So both of these matches this weekend for Ignite, super important if they want to, you know, guarantee their way into the Challengers Cup again for the 2nd time and have a chance to once again reach the Master Division. So big stuff for them. For Rush, they're currently sitting at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so yeah, they're the 7th place Diamond team, so they're just a little outside of the standings. And let me see if they actually have any more matches this week or not. Oh wait, no, because they just had Anarchy. But then again, maybe if they have a challenge match. But no, looks like okay. Yeah, so I mean, they won against Anarchy, a win against Ignite. Once both scores are submitted, they haven't submitted the Rush versus Anarchy scores yet. So I'm just saying, if should Ignite lose this match and Rush win both of their matches here, not impossible for them to kind of cause some upsets. The thing is, a lot of these teams, the top Diamond teams right now, 7, Wrath, Corrosion, Ignite, Bangarang, Hive Mind, I mean, a lot of those teams are playing either tonight or tomorrow. So it's really tough to say where the ranks will end up for sure. But obviously, if Rush does successfully finish tonight strong, against a team in Ignite who is ranked above them, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Could be interesting. But yeah, Jake in there saying maybe in the Challenger Cup. Yeah, awesome. Coming up in another weekend, of course. I mean, exciting. I love the fact that we have these Challenger Cups now and the whole promotion relegation system. You know, if you're wondering about the extra delays, because timeout, it looks like someone may be reconnecting on one of these teams. But yeah, I love the fact that we have this format now. It adds nice, you know, extra spice to the streams and the whole formatting of the season. You know, kind of splits it up and has these big events in the middle of the season to kind of look forward to with the big stakes and intrigue. You know, so yeah, will be great to see. And should you make it into the Challengers Cup, yeah, best of luck. I mean, I'll be there casting. Which matches I don't know yet, but yeah, we'll see it one way or the other. I'm sure it'll be fun. Now, let's see, where's my stats? My stats. Of course, like haven't said it already. Ignite providing these stats for us, as I often like to point out, and yeah, I mean. Very, very grateful to them and Franz for all the development work there on IgniteBot and, you know, all the players here. Big parts of the community for sure. But you see all of them on Ignite, all of them on the board. You know, 3 for Duel, 2 for Franz, 6 for VTS, and Wolf with 2. 4 assists to Franz, notably, as well as 15 stuns. On Rush's side, the round 1 winners. Yeah, everyone there getting involved as well. I mean, Bartstar with 2 and 2. Points and assists. Salty with 7 and 1. Snowy with 2 assists and 10 stuns. And then Tantrum with 6 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, and 2 stuns. So, yeah. Both teams showing their stuff tonight. Now, of course, with me being on VRML 3, that means 1 and 2 are currently busy. Or should be, I think. Yeah. And great to have all 3 channels, filled up, as we mentioned earlier. Sir Dimwee is/was on channel 2. Should still be at some point later on in the night. I think there's a break in there somewhere, but yeah, Dimwee is doing the channel 2 stuff. We got Dano McFabulous and Wazda over on channel 1 for several games. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff going on tonight and this weekend, but weekends are typically this way, busy as ever. Now round 2. getting back into it and getting busy with it, getting jiggy with it, and getting rid of it with a headbutt, but recovering is Franz. So, second round on the way now. Wolf with the disc. Super close, super contested in the first round. Let's see how this one provides. So duel with the disc, duel with the eyes on the goal. That's going to bounce, though, back to Tantrum. So Tunnel, it's VTS King, Snowy Fox in the lane as well. Finds Wolf nicely. Wolf over to the opposite side of that tunnel, but Salty Raccoon gets the pickup. Clears it, just past the hands of VTS King. Salty Raccoon, though, also past Salty's hands. These teams, though, very on top of the stacks. There's a nice one. All 4 players in the tunnel for Ignite. Couldn't get the sights set initially on the 3, but they will certainly find the King over by the barrier, who then buries it. Not to be confused with the Berry King, because this one is well and alive. And they've got the first 2 points for Ignite now in this round.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're underway.
Alright, so as stuns go out here at the one end of the floor, Bartstar is trying to break up the stack there for VTS and Wolf.
Clears it out of their zone.
But meanwhile, recovered there by Snowy Fox. So, having a little bit of struggle actually getting it through this lane, but at the same time, definitely a lot of busy work going on from the players here on Rush, trying to contest this strong and aggressive Ignite defense, which, on that note, does cause a turnover. So there's VTS with a grab and the bounce across the floor. Snowy Fox rebounding. Snowy delivering to Bartstar over there. Bartstar left lane, looking for maybe one of those bouncing shot attempts off a tunnel, but BTS takes it back, sends it over to Wolf, and Wolf left lane to Franz. Now Franz being taken aback by that stack, and they will take it back as they try and get a 3, but a good snag from Wolf. So, Fox on the Wolf, and Mother Nature just working its magic, I suppose, here in Echo Arena right now, and up and down the floor, blazing in all their glory. Both of these teams with their stacks will be a punch from Tantrum. Tantrum immediately flinging it to Snowy, and Snowy backing it out. Good patience there as Ignite now takes place on the defense. VTS trying to mark Salty Raccoon. Meanwhile, Nest there marked by a couple Ignite players, and Duel just playing around the goal and around the back will be taken there by Bartstar. There's the extra pass and the no-look finish. Turning 180. And dipping in for a backwards fling, and that's quite the way to get them their first 2 points in round 2 for Rush. Few minutes in, lower scoring start to this one. After that first round, I mean 15-13. But yeah, slower pace to start this in terms of just the scoring. So now a deep launch out, quick launch out from Ignite there. VTS King backs it to the bow tie, bouncing it eventually towards a trap where Wolf should be there to recover with just a little bit of time, just a smidge. There's a stack from Rush again, who continue to do a pretty great job, actually just staying linked, but linked like a chain was Duel and Franz. And Franz continues to distribute with some prowess on those assists, hitting Duel for their second goal. A lot of traffic. Didn't matter, though. So Tantrum with the disc now, sending it over to Salty. Welcome back also to Kit and Rocket. Kit and Rocket. Yeah, that play. The play was something else. That very similar to that one earlier on as well, and towards the end of round 1. Definitely some clutch passes in a sense, just tough to make and a lot of mustard behind it. But if any teams can execute passes like that, it's going to be a team like Ignite with all that chemistry that they've got going on. Almost had that shot going on, and Wolf going in, getting some air time and putting on those Jordans. Wolf 23 fittingly. Jordan was 23, right? I'm remembering correctly. It's not just LeBron, right? In any case, though. In any case. Ignite making a case for a round 3 here if they keep this up. Up by 4 points. 5 minutes left. I don't know if I don't know if Far is in the area, but I'm almost guaranteed he'd be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't know. My brain's a little bit jelly this week, I feel like. So, anyway, with that though, taking up the stacks and taking it into the midfield. Gonna be snagged there by Salty Raccoon. Kit, I don't believe so currently. Prior we had Rosie, but she kind of transitioned from casting to creative team. Rosie Hope, that is. Over here to Bartstar. Bartstar dodging, and look at the passing again. Oh, the finish there. Not quite in, but the rebound will be. So catching the dive-in defenders, like after the initial defense, it left the goal open. So Salty Raccoon taking full advantage. Not too shabby. They're back within a couple.
8, 7, 6, 5,
4 minutes left in round 2.
3, 2,
Continuing to excite.
it's game on.
So Wolf 23 up to the mid lane. That is a very, very deep throw. I almost feel like that was inevitably going to be intercepted. And with that, it was. Bartstar could put them up, and they do just that. In fact, heads up, 7 up. That is 7 points for Bartstar and Co. on Rush.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
So with that, up by 1, and let's see how Ignite reacts. So alright, Wolf 23 over to the right lane. Franz there needing to contest that stack, in fact turning into a trio of defenders. Thing is, these long passes gonna put them at a tough disadvantage here for Ignite on some of these, as you see. I mean, the thing is, you know, Rush has been doing a good job to stay true to their name, and they're all over the floor. So those long passes, it's giving Rush a lot of time to kind of you know, put the speed on and get the turnover cause. With that, a just cause there. Wolf 23 able to pick it off after some good stuns on the bottom of the floor. Not sure who that was from Ignite, but regardless, great turnover. That's the important part. And there's Ignite now with a disc. VTS handing it off to Duel. Have the advantage. And the beautiful again send off from Duel to King this time. We have seen that play at least 3 or 4 times now, paying off beautifully for Ignite, where they have a right lane offensive player cutting, you know, QBing, and then they have one right down the middle for a very quick pass, gather, and finish. Looking good, looking polished.
Clears it out of their zone.
So Ignite's back up by a point, a lone point. And getting into that dangerous, dangerous territory. Salty Raccoon with a disc. So over to Tantrum, Tantrum up high. Left lane now, or right side rather. That's going to be a tunnel clear. Meanwhile, the Brawls aplenty is going to offer plenty of time for Tantrum to get the disc back. And let's see, sending it off to Snowy Fox. Snowy Fox and Tantrum looks like an Ignite player there. Might have, oh, still in the game. All right, well, Salty Raccoon has it. Looking for a really large advantage. 4-on-1. And will be Salty, able to put them up by 1 once again.
10, 9, 8, 7,
And chat there calling me out very much, it seems like. Indirectly. I hear you though. 9-8. Up to Wolf 23 now. That's going to be a blazing stack. Wow. Sending it right out of that bubble into it and out of it. So seeing if they can pop off now for another set of points. Oh, great grab from Duel. Very clutch one. Again, we're talking about the stakes here. You know, Rush will give them a chance to maybe make the Challengers Cup with this. Maybe, but for Ignite, this could also put them out of it if they don't win these matches this weekend. So VTS now the immensely clutch grab. I know he's a striker more so these days, but definitely known before as a fantastic, sturdy defender. And now they are up by 1, Wolf 23. Wow. Save and a save, and with that, I mean, Duel and VTS, I believe, they're in quick succession with those amazing grabs. And all of a sudden, they're back up by 1 off of the finish. The plays for days, ladies and gentlemen. Salty Raccoon with a disc. So, Salty Raccoon will go from the right side to the left side to the bottom side, and maybe the upside would be a lead and a win, but will not be there. Taken back again by the wedge. Salty Raccoon to the bow. trying to wrap this one in a bow. It's Snow, and it's now gonna be the salt in the wound as Raccoon puts them up in the round 2. It's done, it's over, and Rush has won back-to-back games tonight versus Anarchy versus Ignite, and they give themselves a chance to meet that Challengers Cup by challenging these Diamond teams and now reigning supreme indeed. What a win, and doing it again, back to back in these matches in clutch fashion. Amazing. And suddenly Rush is on a beeline. If not this cycle, next cycle, one of these cycles, they are on a beeline, I think, for one of these Challenger Cups. That is a dominant performance this weekend to come up against two immensely talented teams that Ignite and Anarchy and perform like that. Hats off. Alright, sorry about that. I had to, I get too excited, then I have to go look up the scores and get all those in. That said, what time is it now? So we got still a little bit of time, not too long. 8 minutes until our next match, so... Okay, that does give me a little bit of time here just to chill and somehow chill after that and read some of these stats. But man, that was impressive. Very impressed with what I've seen from Rush. I mean, again, it was close. Both matches, both of these rounds in Ignite versus Rush here, went right down to the wire. You know, as I said, Ignite, certainly the favored ones, the overdogs, if that is such a thing. But in terms of, again, the history there and rankings-wise, Ignite, you know, definitely a team, you know, a team to beat. They're not, which is to say, a team that, for you know, a rising team like Rush, they are a measuring stick. Absolutely. You know, if you can, you know, perform like Rush did against a team like Ignite, that just to me spells a lot of successful things in the future for their team. I mean, big shots, big clutches. You know, Bart Star there, 5 and 4 on the points and assists. Salty with 13 and 2. Snowy with 2 assists there, 13 stuns. You had Tantrum with 8 points, 1 assist, 3 saves. For Ignite's side, I mean, talk about clutch, despite the fact that they did lose that match at the very, very end. I mean, how great were some of their plays as well? I mean, you look at every one of their players has some saves in there. And some of them were just amazing there in that last minute or so of play. You know, Duel had that great grab. Duel had 5 points, 2 assists, 3 saves. You had Franz with 2 points and 7 assists. I mean, how often do you see players get 7 assists in any match by their lonesome? That in itself is awesome to see. You know, 32 stuns as well for Franz. BTS with 10 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 2 steals, and 29 stuns. Then for Wolf, 6 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, and 19 stuns. So, as I said, just efficient and, you know, full team efforts being shown by these players. One thing I want to point out too, even just look at the ATT at the stat line, right? The far right side there. You know, efficient goals for Ignite as well. You know, they're getting these points in very few shot attempts comparatively. Which is, again, a testament to smart play, great team play, where you're not exerting so much effort where you know, every goal is, every attempt at goal is taking, you know, multiple attempts before you score. Sorry, that came out weird, but you know what I mean. They're not having to take a million shot attempts to score a lot of points. That's what you like to see. But of course, for Rush, I mean, it goes both ways. It's not necessarily a good or bad thing either or. For, you know, a team taking more shot attempts, you know, just means they're also, even if they're missing and they're taking high volume, they're still in good position to keep rebounding and trying again and again. So, I mean, really, you can kind of look at that at multiple ways. It's neither of them are detrimental things. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm impressed. Now that said, got a few minutes till the next match still, so I'll probably put you in an intermission so I can get a quick drink, or a new water, I suppose. We do have one more match here on Channel 3 I'll be casting, which, now that I think of it, gotta probably add those teams, possibly. So we'll have that coming up, though. It's going to be... I can refresh myself here in a quick second. Team Kaido versus Saturn. So in the gold/silver division there, Kaido is gold, Saturn is silver, but they're both kind of right, you know, on the border of each other. So this could be an interesting match in its own right in terms of, you know, who ends the week in what rank. But yeah, with that, I'll be back. I'm gonna go hydrate, don't you worry. Definitely need it. So BRB.
Meters a second that trickled in at. Steel Skydiver, near side two to Caesar. Caesar going back to Steel.
Sends it back the other way.
Every time I'm so damn lost, what I loved and what I lost, but let's get lost in love tonight.
Caesar up to Saluna. Saluna walking it in. Saluna. Oh, going up the moon face. I can tell you right now, if I was that goalie, I would have been sure that was going to be a shot. Ooh, a ceiling shot, excuse me, cloud shot there from original. Not expecting that, and paper is going to go up 16-10.
In possession of it, and Caster's cursed that one. But yeah, Quackheads seem to have a lot more control over this game nevertheless, as this clear goes straight into the hands of Black. Oh, no way! Tarsis with the 56-meter mail slot.
This one does turn over once again. Venom picking it up. Venom sending it out. A whole bunch of chains and leeches and players and boosts. Sealble's going to get there first. Takes a shot. Are you kidding me?
Swear we never say goodbye. Fall asleep to lullabies with something that I thought I'd never find. And what is right and what is wrong, and all I ever saw was love. But let's get lost in love tonight. Hear a second voice inside my head, it's telling me to stay the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be.
Chains getting together. A whole bunch of stuff going out the back. The circle puff has an empty. Go off the head of Grebo! Unreal! I don't care if it's luck or skill. That was clutch, is what it was. Oh, Laxi with a beautiful tap pass there to Cow. Cow goes down to Grebo. Grebo over the pie. And there go the planets.
Front, and as I say that, he does just that. Allows his team to get set up in the front, gets a nice pass up, and here comes the attack from Rebrand, floating into the zone. Coming in here from Blanket, suddenly they're playing quick. The passes come back and forth, and they're setting up inside the zone of Quackheads. Pass downrange to Paddish, and they play patty cake between each other here in the bottom of the zone, trying to avoid the boss's stun. There's a good cross, and it's going to be sucked in by Jade for Jack for two.
Post right on the bottom. That was so close. Another attempt for Right Rough and a big grab. Chewy stack. That is immensely clutch. And we've seen some clutch plays here tonight. So now on the recovery, BG over to Chewy perhaps. No rebounded from Slads, and the game overtime was had. Wow.
stunned out himself. Just gets the pass off to Steel Skydiver, looking for the cross pass to Caesar. Caesar looking for another quick pass. No, it'll be stolen here from Strem and cleared out to the side and picked up by Zenith, and he'll finish off the clear. Great defensive play here from Kangarillas.
To the Cloud. And the Law bringing up the floor. So 1 minute in and scoreless. My brain isn't deceiving me. I think that's how we started the first. Oh, maybe that was the earlier game. I don't know. Time is a construct, and one that I do not have just as much as the math. Numbers, but recovers. See Jason with another great grab and doing that year to year, season to season. You know Jason. Gonna do that and do that very, very well inside the goal. That said, what a stack and the attack.
Easily picked up here by H-Money. H-Money going back to Zux, and Zux trying to forward this one up. Does find Citizen. Citizen with a good juke and over to Elusive. Elusive maybe with a long shot, but no, instead finds Zux, and Zux takes a three and puts it in.
Well, the pass coming through will just be intercepted by Snow Blue. Now clear not coming through, will just bounce back in the hands of Snow Blue. Snow Blue looking for the clear, and it will make its way through. Grimy now going for a shot, a nice long shot, three.
On the left, he passes left, and there he is, Supreme. Oh, but what a supreme save by Zux and a clear.
Yeah, cannot get it by that defensive wall of Zux this time. So showing again all the moves back to back, and there's another save. Suddenly, these teams can't make a thing.
Making his way forward, we'll send a quick pass down to Emil. Emil will look for the pass. We'll just duke out that first defender back with a stop. Maboop going for a long shot, and look at that placement.
Now taking this one, perhaps looking for a dribble, as we know High Voltage likes to do. We've seen him do it a couple times. There is that dribble. They're looking for the shot here. Goran takes it in. He puts it in for the two. And they're up by 3.
Wow. Some boosts way down the field there. Sweaty the recovery, with defense not far behind. Chu getting it stolen by Akari, and could it be? Wow, what a 3 that was. 17 meters a second and 36 meters down.
Onto it as they do finally apply the pressure. Here comes finally the full clear. Maybe they can attack. 2 minutes left. It's still a 2-goal lead. They've managed to weather this storm. And as I say that, Padman finds himself a half-court 3 to make it a 3-goal lead.
Third in a row on the way as well off that bounce. Almost rebound, however. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Burden Boy, the double headbutt, and that is a VRML first. Guaranteed. Holy smokes. The double headbutt for the 3. Big brain, biggest brain. That was insane.
These not able to stop those 2 passes. They're going to get stopped in the backcourt, and they shot off the backboard. Stopping that one is Stody.
Disc and then spreading out and ultimately helping each other as there were stun outs and saves. Although right now, 4 Kings does have an attack. Ender working his way along the ceiling. Cruisin coming in. Cruisin working his way. Dip and dive in. They're back up by 1. Will that close it out? I think it will. 4 Kings take the round and the match.
Found out. Saluna gets that one tapped out. It's out of the bubble. 15 seconds. .com looking to track it down. Saluna gets there. So try to send it out off of the root block. .com picks it up. 10 seconds. .com sending that one over to Mamba. Mamba taking his time. 5 seconds. Up to Zax. Stop. One more opportunity. Bringing it in. The stop by steal. We're going to overtime.
Last thing that Rush needed to see go in. That said, if they see that go in, it's gonna be the ice. And Connor, the arms up, hands down, end game. End of the round. It's in the books. Not only to hope for that 3rd round, but also because they still have to go play again and just minutes from now as well. So a lot of factors coming in as they come in hot, but a snag from Ryan, not giving them anything easy.
Yeah, this one long shot here. Their OJ picks it up. It sends it in for.
All about that control. They can't afford to let anything in. 3-2 or otherwise.
At this point, any goal from either team is going to solidify a victory. And with the interception there by Tsunami, this is dangerous for sure. But the save, and then the steal, and the stun, and the steal, and the interception, and the clear, and the interception. What is happening?
All the S's, but SOS. It's going to be another attempt to the backboard. Another grab. Amazing from King. He had the saves, he had the grabs, he had the steals, and indeed, we got ourselves a round 3.
Now, and both of them patient, deliberate, looking for their lanes. Look at the coverage here. Bunch of stuns going out. All of them anticipating movement. All of them looking to set up a lane. Moonface sees what he's looking for at Caesar. Caesar coming in. They're going to crash the net. And there it is. Aurora taking the lead here.
Looking so clean. No mistakes allowed as we get into this next round.
Shout out as well, Yellow Man and Nightfire for not only the sidelines, but the Prime subscriptions, as it will be taken out by Strembitsky. Just what the doctor ordered, the perfect prescription. But Kong right back and trying to find maybe one pass. Nope, doesn't need it. The anchor instead. 7 meters, a 2.
Don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink.
From getting going, and that's a good move from Ignite. The pass there, slowly rolling the way of VTS King. VTS slapping it over, a catch by Duel. Duel sending it to the sideline. Now will be Franz, rolling it up the floor to Wolf. Wolf on the approach, handing it out to the corner. There's a team play, but there is the save away. And Phoenix through to bring it within 1. That was a nice one. Oh no, and the dab. Oh no, and the double dab. I'm done.
BTS King working his way along the left side. There's no pressure right now. He can take his time. He passes to the right. NTS Franz is below. Goes off the backboard. NTS Franz brings Ignite up by 9.
Not quite able to pick it up, and the shot goes out off the mark. Looks like it's going to be Goran Jr. picking that up, doing a nice spin move, but the shot was off the mark, but he's able to get it that second time. What a pocket by Goran there.
With it at mid, sending it in, is going to hit Meatballer. Meatballer encroaching on the bubble. Al coming in. What a stop there by Kong. Going to be picked up by Al, and Ryan coming away with it, but Arcos leader, no Kong with another grab. Connor Chaos with it now. Connor Chaos going to back it up. 17 seconds, sending this one up, but red there by Jay Walker. Jay Walker with the clear.
Mozzie.
Mozzie, he's going to get his pocket picked. Ryan with it. Ryan Hager shot there from Jay Walker. That was disgusting.
Keep on, I shine. Will surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. Just start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes.
Can't get the grab. 8 seconds. Excuse me. Now 8 seconds in that far side. The inside trap. Fish is going to check. Chuck this. Oh! No! Oh! Oh!
Worst just won it at the last possible second.
Bounce off the backboard and off the back of the crossbar. Be picked up by Simon. Simon under pressure now, able to avoid that defensive player and put it in.
Trying to run back up on the
All right, hello again, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the patience there, just waiting on teams to all get in and switching servers, and you know how the drill. You know how it goes. Yeah, we got Saturn. We've got Team Kaido. And what I know is that this is going to be a fun match to watch here. Two teams right on the brink of between that gold and silver spot. Have Kaido in the gold currently, Saturn in silver, but again, really close in terms of the ranks there, the separation. Not much, as you can see. So matches like this can definitely be the edge case matches between what rank team will finish in a given week. Team Kaido and Saturn, they can be kind of switching, flip-flopping their ranks here, depending on the results tonight. If Saturn can have a good showing, 9-9 on the season for Saturn thus far in silver, the 1160 rounded MMR. For Team Kaido, the 11-8 record, 1160 rounded MMR in the gold. Let's see the full roster though of Team Kaido is you got Floppa, you got Waffled Life, Jack, Phoenix Loop, and Ninja Tornado. Well, that is frightening. Saturn, for Team Saturn, their full roster being Max Lyra, Kana K, Carl Ove, and Cinematic, as well as Alburn. And you know what? Between these matches tonight, we did Alburn. Just to say, they've been hot. They've been hot. We've had overtimes. We've had multiple round-winning shots happen. We just watched Rush go back-to-back against Anarchy and Ignite in some really intense matches that ended up paving the way for back-to-back wins for Rush. Of course, over on Channel 2, on Channel 1 as well, we've had matches that... Hence why, I'm here on Channel 3. But yeah, just had all these matches rolling on stream throughout the night with, Dimwee and Dano, Wazda, probably some others too. I can imagine maybe joining in on the cast, but at least those three, if nothing else, making it happen tonight to get these simultaneous casts on every single channel we have. And I see Bart Star in there asking, "Did I see that gameplay by Rush? Did I see that?" See what? Oh, you mean those game winners? Yeah, I saw those. In fact, I was the best seat in the house. Yeah, those were some pretty stellar games. And a quick reminder too, if you because I know some people don't know it, but you can also watch those while we're still live. Like for instance, if you want to go check out those scores or those highlights, you can still access the VOD right now, even though this stream hasn't ended yet. You can still go and look at those in the video tab. It should still be watchable. But yeah, those were some seriously hype moments for sure. So yeah, super impressive. As I was saying, I mean, based on that record this last month or two now, definitely be expecting some Rush perhaps in Challengers Cup. If not this time around, definitely making a run for it next time. It'll be close. I mean, I was looking at the rankings and such, and I kind of talked about it on stream, but it will be tough to call because a lot of the teams there in the top, 7 Diamond teams are all playing this weekend. So obviously Rush was one of them. Played twice tonight. You had Ignite. Played obviously against Rush, and then they play again tomorrow as well. So Bangarang was playing. I think Hive Mind was, I believe. I mean, there's a lot of those teams who are contesting those Challenger Cups this next weekend are playing this weekend. So tough to say where it's all going to pan out, and it's probably just going to go right down to the wire. Wouldn't be surprised. Right down to the end of tomorrow and venues and whatnot. But with that first round starting, so unfortunately for Team Kaido, looks like they're down a player. I know they were waiting some extra time due to the lack of a fourth, but of course the 15-minute max limit there has been reached. So with that, well, Saturn is going to try and take full advantage if they can. So that is highly unfortunate for Team Kaido, but Saturn, they're going to say, well, Okado, this could work out for us. So sending it out into the right side, Floppa is there with a recovery, has 2 teammates, and only 2 teammates for the moment to work with. The shot attempt initially off. but Max Lyra being stunned by Ninja. Ninja down to the passing Floppa. And the showstopper on that one. Down a player, but up 2 points, one way or the other. And Kaido is up first.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So for Team Kaido, putting up some recent wins there against average Joes, as well as Adrenaline. Right here, though, it's Floppa with the disc and sending a clear out into the tunnel. Now, you know, for the side of Saturn, they've been, again, 9-9, evened up in the record. So, aside of anything else, they can, you know, get a one-win advantage here. They've won their last 2 matches in a row against Ace of Spades and Imperium. So, a win here tonight would definitely put them in the running to make that gold division here in the coming days or weeks. Max with the disc. Max setting it over to Kana. And they're going to have some options now. They can back it out or send it forward. And we'll opt for just a kind of clear attempt. So see how that pays off for them. See if they can get some passing angles here for sure. Because if they do, maybe even just a shooting angle a little bit high there. And now a bit of a rush shot, but they'll still have another chance off the rebound from Cinematic. So Cinematic with a disc. They have K at the boot, Kana K, as well as Max over at the barrier. So I like the spacing here from Saturn. I think just need to calm it down, find some good passes if they can, because they definitely have the positioning. You can see it all the way up and down the floor. Saturn's positioning has been on point. They've been in the right areas, just not able to really look for or connect on the passes. I think if they could fix that, they'll be good to go and be right on the board with some points. But until then, definitely some pressure coming in from Team Kaido. Doesn't matter if they're down a player or not. They're trying to press every little inch that they can on the field. And doing pretty well at that. You know, first 2 points, and maybe even the next 2 about to come their way if they can get this rebound. But sails past their hands. Now we'll be taken by Albert. Albert over to the trap there. Kana as well with a disc. You can see that back stack for Saturn is well prepared. They do actually miss their grab, but they had the right ideas. Meanwhile, the right ideas certainly for Team Kaido. Their 3 players all getting back efficiently. Kana K with the disc, sending it over to Cinematic, just holding the hand out, waiting for the pass to go. Cinematic now has the lane, but no, will be taken by Floppa. Now Kana K right back at them, but getting stopped. Kana with a grab right back, coming out of the stun. Disc was right in front of the face, basically in the eyeball just about. And hey, Kana K eyeballs the goal for their first 2 points, and they get the tie. See Carl in there as well, cheering on Saturn. Carl, of course, part of the active roster for Saturn. Not playing in this match, but on the full 6-player roster. So cheering on Team Saturn for sure, and cheering on their first couple points. As it will be passed from Waffle to Ninja Tornado. Now I gotta ask, what exactly is a waffled life? I know what waffles are. I know what life is. I know what the answer to life is. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I know it. But waffled life, what is that exactly? That I have no answers, but right now it's Floppa answering back. You know, the first 2 for Saturn a moment ago, well, the next 2 going right back to Kaido. Only 30 seconds off the clock on that joust, so still playing pretty well, despite the player down. Alright, so Cinematic with a disc. And rolling up the floor here. Cinematic losing it off the bounces will have the self-rebound, it looks like, eventually. So again, as I was kind of saying before, right, the positioning here is right on point with Saturn, but the aggression from Team Kaido just as well, playing right up in the midfield. And trying everything that they can. And you know what? They're going to get the disc back and slam it! Ninja Tornado! And that is a category 5, or I guess 6, because they're up 6-2. Got less than 5 minutes left in this first round. And numbers advantage be darned! That's right, I said it, darned! It's Team Kaido with the 4-point advantage here on Saturn. So Saturn rolling out the floor, you got Lyra, Max, Lyra. Keep flipping and flopping. Musical like a lyre, or is it clear like a leer? will be Max, though, with a disc and sending it down to the ramp. And that will be a clear indeed. But bouncing the way of Cinematic. Cinematic now has a open angle and nice little move. A 1-2 punch in basically off of a floor juke. Those Cinematic showing the quick hands and the quick delivery to put them back within reach. Back within 2. 4 minutes left in round 1. Lining up their joust now, the 3 players for Team Kaido up the floor. There's Waffled with a very quick fling. Quicker than it needed to be, but boy was it accurate. Now, see, this is where the 4th player would certainly be handy, right? Because that was a really great rollout from Team Kaido, honestly. It's just normally, that one, you know, you have the crisscross passes from one tunnel to the other, and then normally that 3rd pass, you know, that's going to go down here somewhere to your 4th player. But of course, the 4th player currently a ghost. But now trying to make the most of it still yet is Floppa. So as stuns continue to ring left, right, and center before the players start splitting off into their chains again, it's going to be a deep 3 from Waffled Life. So is that the answer to Waffled Life? Well, that was struck hot like a waffled iron. And Team Kaido, they're looking like a kaiju. Godzilla, Herculean effort here being put on. So big hit from Waffled Life. And Cinematic now launching out for Saturn, down by 5 once more. A couple goals here, but they still have some time on the clock, but a turnover there would not help the case. Max able to get a nice snag back on him. Has Kana K over, as well as Cinematic. Misses the hands initially, but Cinematic able to pin it off the wall before sending it back towards Max. So good recognition and communication here from their teammates as they will try and cut Kana K from that shoulder, floating into the goal. Back within 3 for Kana K and for Saturn. Definitely not looking to give up this round quite yet, because they've got 2 minutes and they've still managed to pull themselves up within a few points. So for Team Kaido, they're just in a position where on these joust advantages, they're going to have to take care of this disc and definitely want to be careful about any turnovers at this point. You know, for them, want to prioritize disc control. So, for instance, in that rollout, right, where they kind of rushed that pass off that joust, didn't need to, right? Because otherwise, that almost is a tie for Saturn, almost. But in cases like that, you know, once you roll out and grab that disc, unless the defense is right in your face, you don't even need to pass it quickly. You can just stall. You can wait and bait that defense out a little bit. Because now, because they didn't, they turned it over, and it will be Saturn taking a advantage on that on them. They're still down by 1, but the thing is, 1:26 remaining. This is plenty of time now. Plenty of time for Saturn to do something identical in this next play. Cause a turnover. So let's see how Team Kaido reacts. So again, let's see. They QB it here. But again, you see, look, a rush pass, no defenders in the face. They pass it really quickly. It's a very risky thing there, where they don't need to be that quick on the deliveries. If they don't, you know, there's no defense there, hold on to it. Like, they don't need to score as a thing, right? They're up by 1. So if they just hold on to that disc, they don't even need to score for this next minute. They can just hang it onto it in the back line unless the defense acts aggressively. So definitely something to kind of pay attention to, you know, when you're doing reviews later on and thinking, you know, what could have gone differently. Because the thing is, they're opening up these windows for Saturn to make a devastating return late in this first round. Because look at this possession now. Almost lost, that will be taken there by Ninja Tornado. So if they can secure that one, nope, there's a defender in the way. All burn. So maybe looking at another game winner here on Channel 3 tonight. Round winner, that is to say, if that happens to go in or if they happen to get back on the offense. You can see the chain getting a couple grabs in together, but weren't able to get there fast enough. So we'll be Ninja Tornado with the disc, sending it off to the blue zone. That's going to bounce low, bounce high, and oh my, we've got a 4th player all of a sudden joining for Kaido, it looks like. Meanwhile, though, Max with a disc. So with the time, though, winding down by the skin of their teeth. It's gonna be a 1-point win for Kaido. And they will indeed pull it out just, again, 9-8. Admittedly making it a lot harder on themselves than they had to. Not only in terms of, you know, those jousts, those offensive advantages that they gave up. You know, with the quick rollouts where they were kind of forcing some passes that they didn't really need to. Made it harder on themselves. But not only that, being down a player, that made it a lot harder on themselves. And yet somehow they still won. So credit to them. Because, you know, again, I think part of the rush is just the fact that you are down a player. That's enough to put any team in a little bit of a panic, a little bit of a frenzy, right? Because it's almost safe a lot of times to automatically assume if you're already down a player, you would assume that you're not going to have a lot of time, right, to make your moves. But certainly they did at junctures. But regardless, good win in the first round. Great win, in fact. Oop, I think I reversed the scores. Let me fix that for you guys on stream there real quick. But yeah, either way, they were able to some way, somehow pull it through. They did actually get a fourth player right at the end, too, which is interesting. Because now, I mean, they already have some decent momentum from winning the first round, of course. But now you pair a fourth player into there all of a sudden. That could be dangerous news for Saturn. You know, who, over the course of the round, were starting to pick up some steam, certainly. You know, conceded the first couple goals, but I mean, after that, Saturn definitely had some nice moves. They were positioning quite well, they were stacking up quite well, but just some of the missed passes, I think, on some of those plays is what ended up costing them. You know, you figure if just one of those extra passes had connected during that round, they would potentially be the winners of that round, right? That's how close it really was. So with that, let's see. The next round, we did get a little bit of a timeout here, it looks like. Teams just maybe taking an extra moment or so. And there is actually maybe some lag issues. I'm not sure if that's what they were trying to discuss. But otherwise, it looks like we're currently on pace to start this next round in about 30 seconds or so. And Carl in the chat there saying, nice round, everyone. Yeah, nice and close. Very close. So we'll see. We are at the full 4v4 for round 2. It looks like Jack joining a bit late there. Maybe Jack taking a nap just before the game. But hey, team still came away with the win, and Jack is in the game. So this is going to be interesting. You'd figure for Kaido they're going to be at a good advantage, but we shall see. Round 2 though, about to be underway. You know, Saturn was still able to put on some good scores there in the latter portions of that round. We'll see if they can just wipe that first loss off the slate and just get off to a quick start. I mean, they're already with a almost dribble move. Pretty nice little rollout, but it will still be turned over to Waffle Life. Meanwhile, up high, it's Floppa with a clear that's actually taken back by Cinematic for Saturn. Now back up to Kana, who gets stunned by Floppa. Back and forth, a little bit of pinging and ponging between these teams. Rebounded, though, by Auburn, who loses the handles just momentarily. It's going to be taken by Kana K, has the back pass wisely, and that's what I was saying in the first round, right, Saturn, with the good spacing and some decision-making now to back it out. So seeing if they can get some boosts off that clear, maybe get themselves an advantage on the defense before they can actually recover into the goal in time. But going back and forth, still yet will be Jack with the disc and back to the midfield. And Carl in the chat saying, come back for your birthday. Well, hoping for your sake and for a birthday gift. And, you know, on the casting end, I'm always hoping for a round 3, quite frankly. So we'll see if that happens. But you know what? Jack gets the first 2 points off of that. So apparently doesn't even need warm-ups now. Just comes into the round and says, hey, I got this. Let's score. But happy birthday to Carl, either or. Yeah. I would sing for you, but you want to understand the happy birthday song is copyrighted, right? Or at least it was until recently, if it still isn't. Well, whatever it is, happy birthday to you, and there's a Max Lyra 2. And that is the truth. No Lyras. Not in this house. 2 minutes expired in the second round, tying it up.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so launching out now. Once again in full force, it's Waffled Life. Now quickly over to Max. Max, though, will have that disc loss there. Jack with a throw back to Floppa. Floppa at the tunnel has some defense in the general vicinity. Eyeing that pass over, and we'll catch it nicely off the bounce. Soft bounce for Jack. Jack needing to deal with a couple of defenders, and actually does a nice stun, leaving a little dusty on the plate, and actually Jack able to muster it through for a goal. So that's back to back. Jack to Jack. and they're up by 2 for Team Kaido.
7, 6, 5, 4.
So a few minutes expired, 2.5 expired in this second round. Again, round 1 was decided by a lone wolf of a point, 1 point, 9 to 8. So it was very, very close. So that shot fading and almost making. That would have been gorgeous from Max, but couldn't make the maximum of that opportunity. But will still offer some maximum stuns. And now a pass off to Kana. Kana up high, maybe a rebound from the sky to the back, but snagging it out is Jack. Would have been great, certainly for Kana. Was in the right place, and that shot almost also in the right place. Bouncing every which way, high, low, and high again. Now saying bye again to the disc as it goes back to the midfield. So contesting, there's Max, another good stun. Has Waffled Life trying to get in the lane. Retreating to the goal, just cutting off a 3-point shot. And a shot will be had. It is a 2, however, but still yet, it's a tie. Max getting rid of it, and getting rid of it right into the spot that it needed to be. 4-4 in round 2.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so back at Joust advantage here. Kaido, a quick fling over to Ninja. Ninja back down to the trap, or to the trench, I should say. Taken by Jack. Now Jack has an option at the floor, finds the right one, and look at the dunk from Flappa. My eyes weren't deceiving me. Looked like a no-looker. Let's see. I mean, first of all, great cut from Flappa. Great pass by Jack. And then boom. Look at that. Just sailing right by and dumping it into the goal. How about that? Nice moves to put Kaido up by 2 again. 6-4. Still 5.5 remaining in round 2. Passing it off here on the offensive launch to Kana for Saturn. Disc getting a little bit lost right below the boot, as it will be waffled with a disc. Waffled to Jack now, and Jack crissing and crossing, trying to find Ninja Tornado. But instead a turnover to Max. Max eyeing the pass over to Kana was the right idea, just didn't exactly hit the spot they wanted to, but see if I can get some stacks together, maybe recover here quickly as they do. Launching off, and some nice chains down the floor. Wasn't even actually necessary for Max and Kana because their other teammate there was able to recover. Cinematic. But still, good job staying linked together. Meanwhile, Team Kaido, they're all together here at the midfield, and will be another take back though for Saturn. So dishing it off to Kana, to Jack rather, but taking it back is Kana. And now on the retreat is Waffled on the defense, but might not even need to be there. Let's see. Actually, no, will need to be. So dives back out the bubble, finds a pass to Kana, or to Jack rather. Jack now with a great pass. Look at that one to Ninja Tornado. That was picturesque and picture perfect. Take a snapshot. It's a shot from Ninja Tornado, but you know, the shot itself was the easier part. Look at the lead on that, just on that instant replay. I mean, perfectly led. Perfectly led. And Team Kaido up by 4. For Saturn, you know, they were in a similar position here in round 1. So it would not be out of the realm of reach for a comeback. We saw them score late to really make a game out of that in the late round. Weren't quite able to finish it, but point is, we've been there, we've done that, we've seen it. Saturn's done that, so still 340 to the left. There's a lot of time to make another return onto the score sheet. They were looking for that just there as Max gets stunned, however. Diving out now is Jack with a clear. A rebound, though, an intercept rather, to Auburn. Midfield. Another take back. So having trouble for Team Kaido. They're having trouble actually getting a clear, but finally will manage to get it after conceding a few attempts. Now goal is open, and the deal is closed. Jack, wow, what a round for Jack. 11-4. But Jack, 7 out of those 11 points. 7-11, that's convenient. So what's in store for the rest of this round? Well, looking like Team Kaido, maybe a win on the way, depending. Starting to reach that point now. You know, with a 3-point like that, with less than 3 minutes left, that makes things exponentially more tough than it just was only 45 seconds prior. A 3-point shot would definitely be what they need, though, to react and clap back. Unfortunately for Saturn, not able to get there. But Saturn, they're going to rein it in, or even Saturn trying to ring it in, seeing if they can. finding the space, but not in place off a ding. The Saturn ding. Saturn ring. It's Floppa. One more. And that's going to be sent to the midfielder. Auburn, another take back. Auburn, all the meanwhile, trying to hit the teammates. Had two of them kind of near the orange bubble, but wasn't able to quite reach. Max Liar there, able to reach it momentarily before Ninja with an extra pass. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these passes that I'm seeing here. Again, fundamental and yet still gorgeous cut. Following that to a pass. And in close proximity too. Those close range passes, not the easiest thing in the world. So we did get a pause initiated, it looks like. Maybe due to some ping spikeage, not quite sure, but I know some people in the hundreds are, you can see spiking up there a little bit, but not spiking at least yet into the 150 marks, which would be the ping limit. So looks like they're content with continuing here. Apparently, 13-4 will be the case. Last minute and 48 seconds will definitely be. Basically up to a miracle at this point for a comeback to happen. I mean, just a minute and a half, 2 minutes ago, it was definitely within reach, but now after this just huge run put in by Team Kaido, it's really going to be very, very tough. But Saturn trying to do all that they can. I mean, as I said, I've been a fan here of Saturn's positioning. Like, look at that one right there. I mean, they had the back pass, they had two forward passes. They're positioned quite well, and they're, reacting appropriately on the offense, but more so here for Team Kaido. They've just been executing just like that. Jack to Tornado once again. And yeah, just a straight shot off the cut. Smart things that Team Kaido is really doing here. They're really recognizing the perfect times when they need to make those cuts. That's as important as anything. And when it comes to the bubble offense, the pass, of course, is half of the mix. Half the battle. But just the cut, knowing when to cut is big in itself. And now cutting into the lead is Albert. So 6 points for Saturn now, off of that quick goal. I mean, hey, 11 seconds off the clock. That was pretty efficient. But I don't think it will be sufficient to get them a comeback, unfortunately. But as I was mentioning, though, for Team Kaido, knowing when to cut is actually half the battle. That's kind of a subtle instinct in itself that players definitely develop, as a skill set, right? Just recognizing when you need to stay anchored, when you need to cut, and also communicating when you need to cut. But Kaido has been doing a lot of that. You see on a lot of these ones as maybe one more goal. Nope, 15-6 in round 2, but you saw a lot of those plays as we do go to the replay screen in a second. You'll see them in the replays, I'm sure. Just definitely timing them very, very right. So impressive stuff. And with that, it will be a 2-round take from Team Kaido. Still pretty competitive overall, especially round 1. Super tight there towards the end. But round 2, a little more in favor, a little more comfortable for Team Kaido. They weren't really able to pull ahead by double digits for all too long. But they did have that buffer, so basically put Saturn to a point where they were kind of on their heels for a lot of that round, where they were fighting to come back, and that's always a tough position to be in, especially after a really tough first round loss, where it was just like one thing had gone differently. It could have been Saturn winning the first round, but definitely having to fight off not only against Kaido, but just the mental rebound, and with that, executing very, very nicely was Team Kaido with the, full score sheet, everyone getting on the board. I mean, same applies to Saturn as well. So that's been the case all night on these matches, the 3 streams in a row, where just everyone is getting involved on scores and assists. So great to see. But yeah, with that, it's a 12-8 record will be for Kaido now once they factor in this win. And 6 points for Floppa. He had 2 assists as well. 18 stuns. Jack putting in 9 points, 3 assists, 2 saves. Yeah, Ninja Tornado with 6 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, and 38 stuns, which is substantially more than everyone else there on Team Kaido. So definitely Ninja Tornado being, I guess, just that. You would figure, ninjas are sneaky, tornadoes are very conspicuous, very obvious. but somehow did both. Managed to sneak up on players and cause a lot of chaos with the stuns at the same time. So, well done on that part. Waffle Life, 3 points, 2 saves, 10 assists. And for Saturn, at 4 points, 2 assists, 1 steal, 19 stuns for Kanake. For Max, had 4 points and 2 assists as well, but 2 saves, 1 steal, and 25 stuns to lead the stun department for Saturn. And Auburn B with the 2 points and 8 stuns. Then Cinematic with 4 points, 1 save, 1 steal, 13 stuns. So interestingly, you'll see there, possession time actually favoring Saturn by a little bit. 56%. And interestingly too, the shot attempts, 50%. Both teams split down the middle. So Saturn actually, having more control of the disc, having more steals and forcing Team Kaido and into getting their shots through basically a lot of those tougher passes, which they just happened to succeed at tonight. It's credit to them. But yeah, again, I think pretty even match on the whole between these two teams. Hence why they're ranked very close together, as you can see, just 1 separation. So with that, yeah, Saturn will go to 9 and 10 on the season here so far, but still very respectable. And of course, on to the next week. We've still got another cycle ahead of us in this season, so plenty of time to really advance that record as you will. But fun match for sure. And Kana in the chat now as well, saying Kana here, thanks for casting. No problem. Thanks for having me, and yeah, good games, and glad to be able to get you guys in. And same there to Carl, showing the love for both teams, and always love to see that. So yeah, thanks for supporting and for stopping by. Hopefully we'll get you guys in for some more streams soon, but fun stuff for sure. And I think that will be it for me on the streams tonight. Okay, so yeah, so with that, actually, let me check real quick if there's other stuff going on, because obviously I'm on channel 1, which means the other channels have been 2 and 3. I know they've been running all evening, maybe winding down at this point now, based on the time. But yeah, a lot of matches on. So shout out to again Daniel McFabulous, Wazda, Sir Dimwee, who I know we're casting on those channels as well throughout the night. So with that though, yeah, happy Friday and happy times from VRML here. As channel 2 is actually still live, so I'm gonna actually send you guys over on a raid here, because there's still 8 minutes left in, let's see, round 2 between Gen Z and Anarchy. So all right, I'll do that, but raid you guys at channel 2. But until next time, again, I've been Palidore. Thanks for joining me here. Be happy, healthy, safe, and as always, be good to each other, of course. And yeah, we'll see you again very, very soon. Have a good one. Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.